I just dropped the kids off at school, and it was another day, like it is always, non-stop fighting between my two kids, school-age kids, my 10-year-old and 12-year-old, and I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of the fighting, the constant fighting between the two of them. It affects my day. I know it affects their days. It has got to stop. So I ask myself, what is at the root of this problem? Why is it such a perpetual problem that I'm dealing with every single day? And I firmly believe that it's because we lack structure and we lack routine. I know that a routine works. I've had routines, cleaning routines, morning routines, nightly routines, and they work. And I have fallen down on the job and have not been sticking to my routine, the nightly routine with the kids, making sure they have everything together, making sure they're in bed on time, making sure they're up on time in the mornings, making sure everything is by the door, etc. I know that is largely the cause of what's going on in the mornings. What about the rest of the time? Why are my kids so nasty to each other? Why? I'm sorry that I don't have some uplifting message this morning. I do believe that things will turn around. They have to. Their negativity and constant bickering is affecting the entire family. I would say everyone that is in the car in the mornings with the two of them gets their day off to the wrong start. To add to that, I would say that the constant fighting at home, or really anywhere we're at, just puts everyone in a bad mood. So it has gotten to be a real problem. I need to figure out what's going on. I need to figure out what I can do to help my children get along. I'm going to be trying some different things, some different experiments to see what happens. And I've tried a lot of things already. I've tried, well, different consequences, and I've seen some results at times, but it just always goes back to the constant fighting and nastiness, just being hateful to each other. And I know that they love each other. I don't understand. They would do anything for each other. They would fight for each other. They would defend each other in a heartbeat. Noah, my son, is dealing with some issues at school, some bullying, and it just makes my daughter livid. It makes her so upset, and she's cried over it because she's concerned for her brother. And yet she can be so hateful to him when she wants to be. It's a daily problem. I know I'm not alone out there. I know lots of parents are dealing with the fighting between the preteen age kids especially. But I am really needing some solutions to make things better, for my kids and for the family as a whole. I have two little ones that see their much older siblings fighting like that, and I've seen negative, influences being passed on to them. I see my 3-year-old yelling some, and that's what's happening. My children are yelling at each other constantly, and I see my 3-year-old picking up on some of that, and he's mimicking that behavior that he's seeing, and I'm not okay with that. I've given the kids chores to do, when they start that fighting. I've taken away screen time. I've grounded for nonstop fighting. I've grounded for not having their things together and having their things ready. I have refrained from paying allowance because they didn't have their things together, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of why they're in such a snippy mood and an argumentative mood. A lot of it is because we're in a rush in the morning. So like I say, I know the routine part of it. I have to accept responsibility for that. But just overall, they're so nasty towards each other. And like I say, I've tried a number of things and I'm not seeing the results I'd like. I'm wondering if getting them involved in more outdoor activities would help. Getting them to do different exercises that involve teamwork. I've got to figure out a solution. It makes me so stressed out and causes me to be mean and to yell, to say things that I don't want to say. It pushes me, past my limit. And I'm not okay with that. I'm not happy with that. So this is all I've got today. My little rant on preteen fighting. That's all I've got. I'd appreciate any comments below that you can provide, any advice. I think it takes a village, to raise kids and to raise them well, to produce good, healthy, productive people that are kind and loving to others, respectful to others. I'm also dealing with that, the lack of respect. I've never had that with my kids. They've always been, I would say, very obedient and respectful, but they're at that age where they're being disrespectful from time to time, and I find myself in pretty much a constant state of stress these days from dealing with toddlers most of the day, and then dealing with the fighting in the morning with my older two when they're home or on the way to school, and then at home in the evening. It's gotten me really stressed out. I'm not feeling much joy as a mother right now. I love my kids, so I appreciate your comments. Thanks for coming to my channel today.